So good morning again everybody, and this is my fifth and final video for you this year as you continue your preparation for confirmation. And maybe some of you who have already celebrated your confirmation are still continuing to unpack the mystery of God's love for you through the Holy Spirit. One person who found it kind of a little bit difficult to unpack the gift was St. Thomas, because he wasn't there on the day that Jesus appeared to the rest of the disciples in the upper room. And it's a little bit like, if somebody in the class is out sick and they're missing for a few days and something important happens in school, they miss out on that. And maybe when they come back, other people tell them. Maybe the teacher explains something that they missed before. Well, it's a little bit like that with St. Thomas. He wasn't there in the room with the other disciples when Jesus came, and they had to explain to him what happened. They said, "We saw the Lord." And he said, "I don't believe that." And they said, "Yeah, we saw him. We saw the wounds in his hands where the nails went in." And Thomas said, "Well, I'm not going to believe unless I see the wounds and I can touch them. And unless I can put my hand in his side where the sword went in, I won't believe." And you can understand it was hard for him to believe. But Jesus came again and he said, "Thomas, put your hand into the wound in my side." And then Thomas was really confused. He was amazed. And he said, "My Lord and my God." And that's the story of a man who was a great friend of Jesus, but who struggled to really believe that Jesus is alive. And you people who are preparing for confirmation, you're the friends of Jesus. Maybe sometimes you struggle. Maybe you're not sure. It's not a bad thing sometimes if we have doubts, because the doubts make us ask questions, and the questions help us to understand. One of the gifts of the Holy Spirit, of course, is the gift of understanding. So I'm going to ask you to pray especially for the gift of understanding. Firstly, to know God's love for you. Secondly, to know how God would like you to live your life as his disciple. And thirdly, to know how you can help other people to come to faith, just like the other disciples did when they told the story of Jesus' resurrection to Thomas when he wasn't there that day. So keep praying. Remember, the Holy Spirit is not just for today. The Holy Spirit is for the whole of your life. Keep up the good work, and God bless you all.